Good evening, everybody. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Welcome to my live stream. Today is kind of a sad day. Another incredible, legendary, epic musician, in this case, especially composer, passed away today. The amazing Ennio Morricone. He passed away. He died last night. Apparently, he fell and was brought to the hospital, and unfortunately, he didn't survive. Very tragic. He was 91, but it looked like he was still going strong. And yeah, tragic. A big loss, and such an incredible composer. I mean, you know, you could talk about this man for hours. All the music he has written. Of course, I went on Wikipedia today to look for even some, to read some more details, and it turned out things I didn't know, like that he started out as a jazz trumpeter before he became serious into composing, and all kinds of stuff I never knew. But of course, it's a big loss. The amazing Ennio Morricone. Before I continue, first of all, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all your reactions. I always see quite some people sending messages. If you have any questions, any requests, please feel free to ask. And another thing is, if you are on Facebook, most people are watching on Facebook. I would really appreciate if you could simply share this live stream. Thanks to you, music lovers, it reaches many other music lovers. And thanks to you sharing, I've really this live stream has really went to something quite big, and I'm very grateful for that, because, you know, my mission is to share good music with people worldwide, and this is, of course, an ideal platform to do this. I used to be online every day, when the lockdown started, and now because also there are a lot of last-minute concerts here in Europe. Things are fortunately much better, so a lot of last-minute concerts have been scheduled. So I'm actually I'm playing a lot, especially this month in July. So I'll be on and off, but I'll announce it whenever I go online. And I'm also thinking to stream some of those live concerts if possible. So yeah, let me see who's online here. Hi, Patrick. Hello, Maria. Thanks for your comments. Hi, Nora, dear Nora from Brazil. Hi, Linda, always there. Lovely. Cliff, all the way from South Africa. Hello, Bert. Yeah, great. And Reginald, great friend Reginald. Thank you all for tuning in and saying hi. All right, back to Morricone. Of course, like I said before, there was so much to share, but I thought to maybe show you a nice interview with him, talking about his music. I think it's nice to, and also, you know, being illustrated by the original soundtrack. I love to play his music on piano solo. I'll play another one after this, but of course, the original soundtrack. Also, what I learned today is when he made some of his movies or composed music for those movies, there wasn't always the budget to hire orchestras. It's unbelievable, but that's true. And therefore, he came with a solution to also use like uncommon instruments and, you know, like in small formations. I never knew this. So, yeah, a lot to be learned on, a lot of great information on the internet, especially now. Many people are posting many interesting things. I saw Yo-Yo Ma, and you go online and you'll find it. So I'm going to go to the movie screen and play an interview, show you an interview with Morricone translated into English.
The most important thing is the quality. What I hope people will remember about my music is the quality. Sometimes I'm asked to compose something simple because the story is simple, but I always ensure that it's something that's unique.
Morricone is unbelievably prolific, between 450 and 500 film scores. No one's quite sure how many, actually. He's done so many. I mean, the moment The Good, the Bad and the Ugly begins, you know you're in for something different. You've got A-E-A-E-A, like a coyote howl in the desert. You've got the driving sound ding, 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 of a horse. You know, grunts and anvils and bells and whip cracks and Fender Stratocaster guitars and a choir singing incomprehensible lyrics. You know, it's all put together in this very strange sort of arrangement and slightly anarchic sound. Then in comes a trumpet. And what you've got is an amazing classic score. I mean, most people are associated with one genre of film. He does the lot. In this country, he's rated and most famous for the scores he did for Sergio Leone's film. He slightly resents that association, that why is everyone going on about westerns all the time, every time I come to England, and hates the phrase spaghetti westerns because he thinks it's a huge put down and it's sort of beneath him in a way as a composer.
Mi disturba moltissimo.
I get really annoyed because even though only 8% of my film scores were for westerns, most people only remember me for those films. So sometimes I'm quite disappointed because I've written for so many other types of films.
Western, Arancia Meccanica.
A Clockwork Orange. I really regret not making the music for that. Stanley Kubrick asked me to compose the music and I accepted. The problem was that Kubrick's decency made him phone Sergio Leone, who was mixing the film I'd just composed the music for, and I'd finished working on it. But Sergio Leone told him I was still busy with him, so Kubrick didn't ask me again. And I wasn't able to do A Clockwork Orange, a great regret, and Kubrick never called me back.
I think one of the key things that makes Morricone very individual, very unique in a way, I mean, you hear literally one bar of a Morricone soundtrack and you know it's him. He writes melodies like an Italian writes melodies, you know, he couldn't be French or Spanish or indeed American. He's absolutely 100% full-fat Italian. If you look at Gabriel's theme, you know, Gabriel being the Jeremy Irons character in The Mission, there's something about the way that that melody kind of curls in on itself. It's densely embroidered as well as somehow very pure and forthright. Everything in a nutshell that Jeremy Irons' character is meant to be. They are completely joined at the hip, and that's genius.
And the music absolutely expresses that. Certainly the most prolific film composer ever, possibly the most prolific modern composer. But when you confront him with this, he says, you know, compared to Bach, I'm underemployed. Bach used to produce a mass a week, 4 a month. I only produce 1 film score a month.
I use Bach as a brick to build a wonderful music score, just like an engineer uses different bricks to build a wonderful palace. I use Bach to build a music score that can give dignity to a film, because you must remember that my music is always at the service of a film and lies at its heart.
I love the fact that Morricone is still searching, he's still questing, he's still composing in his mid to late 80s now. He's someone who will carry on. I wouldn't be surprised if he was still writing the day he died.
Yeah, some nice footage and some nice words by Ennio Morricone, who passed away last night after a tragic accident. Apparently, he fell and didn't survive. That's very unfortunate, of course. Yeah, people at that age, that can be very tricky, of course. You can just, yeah, life can just end like this. So we also should enjoy the moment and stay positive. But of course, legendary composer, the legacy is just like beyond comprehension, and there is so much to be found online. Many people are posting great things, also like tributes, musicians playing tributes, all of that. That's what I'm doing tonight as well with my stream. Let me check the chats before I'm going to play a live Morricone song for you. Hello, Mori-san, Yasusto Mori, my great friend from Japan, wonderful bass player who lives in Sweden. Thanks to him, great things happened for me in Japan. Hello, Bert Ververs and Bert van Korler. He's saying something interesting here, that he's writing, the story is that the score of the movie Once Upon a Time in the West was composed before the movie was actually shot. I didn't know that, to be honest. That's nice. Patrick is saying, yeah, the mission was such an amazing soundtrack. Yeah, I mean, you're talking about Morricone. Someone wrote somewhere today, I saw, when the passing of Morricone is a little, something really serious dies in Italy, which is so true, because this man was so absolutely genius and orchestrated composer, well, everything. I'm going to play something from him, from Morricone, very famous, well, what is not famous, written by Morricone, but this is from, you'll recognize it, it's from the movie Once Upon a Time in the West. This was my rendition of one of the beautiful songs from Once Upon a Time in the West by the legendary Ennio Morricone, who unfortunately passed away today, last night. Very tragic, big loss. Another great composer. A lot of amazing people have been passing away in the last year, especially also another great composer we lost is Michel Legrand, and well, the list goes on and on, but fortunately their legacy has all been captured, recorded, which is great, of course, and there is so much to be found online about the amazing Ennio Morricone. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody, on this live stream. Let me check if there are other chats or questions or requests. If I can fulfill the request, I will do it. Someone was asking before if I would be willing to play a song by Damien Rice, but to be very honest, I'm not too familiar with. I know Damien Rice, but I cannot play those songs. I'm really sorry. Otherwise, I would have done it. If you have any requests and I can play them, I know them by heart, or even quickly put the sheet music in front of me, no problem. There is even a visitor from Durban. Oh, that's so nice. All the way from South Africa. Maria, thank you. Well, South Africa is kind of my second home. I'm often in KwaZulu-Natal. Well, I'm actually often in South Africa. I was supposed to do a big tour there last May. Unfortunately, it got cancelled. But positive as I am, I think in terms of postponing, although times are not easy. I mean, fortunately, like I said before earlier in the live stream, things are opening up. Here in Europe, at least, the situation is much better. It's safer and all of that. Things are much more under control, but still. And now we're allowed in Europe to perform for, in a way, unlimited people. But of course, the distance, the distance has to be there. So like last Saturday, I played at a theater with the great André Heuvelman. And it was wonderful. It was like a big theater, a 600-seater, but people were spread. But it was great. I mean, it was so amazing, actually, to play again in front of a live audience. 2 weeks ago, I played with Leonie Jansen, fantastic Dutch singer-songwriter. We played a concert for 30 people because that was back in June, and then only 30 people were allowed. And you know, it makes you realize. I've always done that. I'm always very grateful for every person, single person who shows up at a concert, who makes the effort to come and listen and pay, even buy a CD sometimes, whatever. I deeply appreciate it. But now, you know, but sometimes when you're playing a lot, it becomes like a routine. I would never say take it for granted. I've never done that. You get used to the playing and all of that. And when that stops for 4 months, especially for a world traveler like I am, that was quite challenging. That's actually also the reason I started live streaming. And what is really nice about live streaming is not only to keep in touch with the audience, but also creating a new audience, which is thanks to you. Because again, and please do it if you are on watching this on Facebook, thanks to you sharing my content. Simply press share on your Facebook profile. It's spread out to so many people, and I got so many new fans, new people following me, and all of that. So I'm very grateful for this. So it's also thanks to you that this live stream has become quite a success. And what's also really nice about the live stream is usually I travel from country to country all over the world all year round, and now all these people are kind of. The community is kind of united here. I see people from Haiti, from Kazakhstan, from South Africa, from Georgia sometimes, all over the world, all the places I play. They're all here in the laptop somehow. I see them. And that's a really cool thing. From my living room, my beloved Yamaha. I'm sorry, it's a little bit out of tune. I'll fix that, or I'll make sure it's going to be fixed. You know, and some of my toys here, and yeah, it's really nice to do this from the living room. So yeah, all right. Again, I'm going to play another song for you. I don't really, also because I think the music of Morricone, you know, I showed an interview, I played 2 songs, you know, I don't really play other stuff from here, other songs, or unless I would read it and all of that. But also, of course, and I love to play the piano renditions I played for you, were the renditions. But of course, what made him so strong is the incredible orchestration, and also the combination of those incredible movies and the music. It's they're all masterpieces. It's really incredible. So rest in peace, Ennio Morricone. I'm going, and I was thinking, what shall I'm going to play one more, and I wanted to play something a little bit more, well, not fast, but a little bit, not at least not slow. And then I decided, since my strong connection with Italy and also the opera meets jazz, and of course Morricone being Italian, I'm going to play a song from my opera meets jazz repertory. And I found this really great app which is called Drum Genius, and it has like samples, all the like top drummers of the world, they play like 4 or 8 bars, and they looped it, so you have like the greatest drummers at your exposure when you play. It's a really cool app. So I'm going to switch that on and then play a song by my Opera Meets Jazz project. Before I do this, yeah. Start a donate button so we can pay you for entertaining us. This is really sweet. Actually, there is. Look, if you look in the scroll, you know, on top of the screen here. Oh, here it is. Donations, PayPal, info@mikedelfero.com. I really appreciate it. 0 obligations. It was not my intention to do this for money, but of course, after a long lockdown and investing in a lot of stuff for making these live streams possible, I bought microphones, a new mixer and all of that, because I want to try to give you the best possible quality. The quality is never as good as it can get because of the internet restrictions. It always transforms the sound a little bit, but I think it sounds very reasonable now. So, of course, donations are welcome because we have a very insecure future, but I'm not like the complaining type, and I stay positive. Okay, sorry, I'm going to play the song now, but now I see Mushi Whitmayer tuning in. Mushi is a fantastic pianist from Haiti, the island in the Caribbean. We have played a duo concert at the Port-au-Prince Jazz Festival back in January, and we're also working on a live stream in collaboration with Haiti, playing and also doing like a masterclass, because they have a lot of talented musicians there, a lot of pianists, and we're going to set up a live stream connected with Haiti, and I'll be teaching and playing and all of that. I'll announce this. And Linda is saying, let me translate this from Dutch. Thank you so much, Mike. I'm grateful that for you being here and share so many beautiful things. Well, that's really sweet. Thank you. That's my big pleasure. You know, that's my thing. I simply love to share my love for good music with the world, and I'm really happy I found this platform during lockdown, and now I'm going to continue the live streams, of course, and be able to play music for you. Also, like I said before, I won't be able to be online like 3 times a week anymore because there's a lot of playing going on. Actually, if you would be interested, I'll be playing a couple of concerts this month in July in the province in the Netherlands called Drenthe. But if you go to my website, mikedelfero.com, or keep following me on Facebook or Instagram, I'll be posting it. But there is some stuff coming up. And on, July 18th, Saturday, July 18th, I'll be playing a solo concert in Amsterdam in a venue entitled Splendor. But please keep an eye on my website and on my social media, and you'll find it. Mushi says, call me tomorrow. I will, about this Haiti live stream. And Patrick is saying he's a wonderful film editor. I'm talking about someone who edits on the level of Netflix documentaries. Thanks, Patrick. Your live streams are really good, Mike. Looks and sounds great. I'm very happy with that. Thank you, especially for someone like you, because this man really knows about technique. All right, enough talking. Let me play this opera song for you. This was my rendition from La Donne e Mobile. Again, Ennio Morricone passed away. This was opera for my project, Opera Meets Jazz. You can find it all over internet. There's also an album I recorded with the Metropole Orchestra. You can also listen on Spotify. But of course, Italy, Morricone. After playing a lot of Morricone's music, honoring him, I wanted to end with this one. So again, if you are on this live stream, I would be so grateful if you simply share from on your profile, especially if you're on Facebook. It's very easy, so it spreads to many people. I'm going to read the final chats. Thank you, Trainlink. Thank you very much, Trainlink. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Linda. Reginald. Reginald is asking, let me translate this from Dutch. This is cool. This is nice music, man. What kind of music is this? Is this bossa nova? Help me out. Well, yeah, in a way it is. Well, I used the rhythm here. I think it's still playing. This is actually what this is. This drummer is Ed Thigpen, and this is a 8-bar phrase from his recording with Oscar Peterson on The Girl from Ipanema. So if you listen to that album, I think it's on We Get Request. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's one of those amazing Oscar Peterson trio albums. Then he's playing this groove, and that has been sampled, and it's great to play along. So it's actually a bossa nova and kind of swing bossa nova with a swing feel. And I used it, let me switch it off. And yeah, and the song La Donna Mobile, which is originally it's like a waltz, like that. And then I decided to arrange it like in 4/4, and then adding some harmonies to it. And that's how my whole Opera Meets Jazz, that's what my whole Opera Meets Jazz project is about. Taking operatic songs. This one is a little bit more like carnivalesque, but I also played some Puccini. Let me finish with one Puccini song to close this live stream. So stick around. I'll play another one. I feel like playing, actually. It's going to be a Puccini song. So I took mainly arias by Puccini and some Verdi, mainly Italian operatic tunes, and gave them like a jazz treatment. And the main goal was, because I love this music, because my father was an opera singer, and also to do it in a tasteful way. I don't want, because it's easy to make it kind of sound or look ridiculous, which is absolutely not the case, because growing up with classical music and opera, I simply loved this music and thought, well, this can, but it can also be presented in a different way. Thank you, Mori-san. Thank you very much for tonight. Thank you for always being so supportive, not only here on the chat and on the following me and sharing everything with all our friends in Japan, but also for bringing me to Japan so many times. This man has done so many great things for me, and everything great which is going for me in Japan is thanks to him. And let's see. Yeah, all right. So I'm going to close with one more, a Puccini aria on the Opera Meets Jazz. And I want to thank you for watching, for listening. I love you all. I'll be playing live, so please check my website, mikedelfrero.com, for some live concerts here in the Netherlands. Also in Germany in late August. Actually, I'll be doing, on August 23rd in the Münster area, I'll be playing Opera Meets Jazz with a fantastic American singer, Christine Clark, and a trio. Also, we'll do this live. That's on August 23rd. But in the coming weeks, there is also quite a lot going on. Fortunately, last-minute concerts, but people are really so eager to organize stuff again, even on a smaller scale, and I'm very, very happy with that. All right, here's some more Puccini for you. Thanks again. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for your beautiful comments. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I'll be back soon. I'm going to try to stream some of the concert I'm playing live. I cannot guarantee, but I'll be online again shortly, also with guests, because I love to invite guests and talk to guests. And also, all the live streams, they are online. They on YouTube and on Facebook. So, and please share. Thanks again. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Love you all. And see you soon. Good night.